When you benefit others, you leave that benefit, it goes further, benefiting you, benefiting a whole community, benefiting a whole nation. That's just increasing your rewards, taking it much further. The Prophet ﷺ said, when it comes to the widow, when it comes to the orphan, the one who looks after them, the one who strives to provide for them, take care of them, take care of their needs, then he is like the mujahid in the path of Allah. He is like the one who stands all night in prayer and fasts the whole day. Riwayah of Bukhari and Muslim, no doubt. Does this not take us back to the action of Abu Bakr and then after him Umar? Abu Bakr, before Fajr, he used to head out to a house of an old blind woman. And he used to go there and he used to clean her house for her, make her food, set everything up for her. He was Khalifatul Muslimin. He was the Khalifa, he was the man in charge. But he was the one who was seeking the greatest of deeds. Umar sees that he did this and he says, you have made life difficult for those who come after you. Who's going to compete with this? If you want the greatest of deeds, then here are some of them. The Prophet ﷺ saying, the one who looks after these kind of people, the widows, the orphans, the masakeen, the poor, the needy, these are like the mujahideen fi sabilillah, the ones who strive hard and fight for the cause of Allah. These are them. These are the ones who stand all night in prayer. These are the people, they get the same reward. These are the ones who are truly fasting all day and night. They have extra rewards. The Prophet ﷺ, someone comes to him and says, my heart seems hard. I'm complaining, I don't feel the delight when reading Quran. I feel my heart has become hardened and the light of Allah, the guidance of Allah is not getting through. Give me some advice so that I can make my heart soft, so I can benefit from the kalam of Allah, from the deeds that I do, so I can feel the closeness to Allah. The Prophet ﷺ says to him, feed the poor and then wipe the head of the orphan. Show that mercy, show that care, concern for these people, and you'll find your heart softening. Spirituality in Al-Islam is not about words. The Prophet ﷺ, his words were short and concise, full of meaning, eloquent, the right words at the right time. But this was not the spirituality of the Prophet ﷺ. The spirituality of the Prophet ﷺ was action. His heart was engrossed in the remembrance of Allah, which caused the limbs to act, not to let anyone suffer, if it was in his ability to stop that. Not to let anyone go hungry, not to let anyone miss out on the opportunities Allah has put in front of them. This was the Prophet ﷺ's spirituality. This sadaqah, it has so many benefits. Let's talk about the benefits when it comes to the dunya. Sadaqah itself purifies the rest of our wealth. So when we give something away, it is purifying everything that remains. It purifies the body and the heart. Like we said, the Prophet's advice to that man, feed the poor, wipe the head of the miskeen. Sadaqah purifies that heart. Sadaqah, there could be an evil that's about to befall you, and because you gave sadaqah and Allah knew you were going to give it before you gave it, but due to that was the reason Allah placed, He protects you from that evil that was about to befall you, or that affliction, that trial and tribulation. When it comes to sadaqah, it makes someone happy. And we just heard that hadith, that one of the greatest good deeds that you can possibly do is to enter happiness in the heart of a Muslim. It's not something minute. In the sight of Allah, this is something great. Then also remember that the Prophet ﷺ said about Allah, that Allah is in the aid of His slave as long as he is aiding his brother. Do we want the aid of Allah? Every single Muslim wants the aid of Allah. To get this aid your brothers. Sadaqah. This was dunya. What about akhirah? Everything you can imagine and more. There's a hadith that says that every person will be in the shade of his sadaqah. When it comes to Yawm al-Qiyamah and the sun is above people's heads and they're all sweating. Some, their sweat is reaching their ankles. They are the blessed ones. Then those who go further, their sweat is covering up to their knees. And then those who are drowning in their sweat. When this is happening and the sun is above everyone's heads, so close to them and there's no shade, people will be in the shade of their sadaqah, giving their charity. The people who have given loads of charity, this will defend them against the reckoning and make it easy. Judgment will be easy for them. This will be heavy on the scales. This will make them fly over the sirat. When people are falling in, they'll fly over the sirat. And this will increase their darajat in Jannah. Benefits in the dunya before the akhirah. And one of the greatest deeds, the Prophet ﷺ said it himself, أفضل الأعمال. What does that mean? The best of deeds. Let's not belittle it. Let's remember that saying of Ash-Shafi'i rahimahullah ta'ala. Let's not just get engrossed in deeds that benefit ourselves. Because if the deed goes further and spreads further, you have so much more reward. And just imagine, these people who are benefiting could be making dua for you every night of Ramadan. And then they could be making dua for you, and that dua coincides with Laylatul Qadr. Better than Alfi Shahr, 1,000 months, 83 odd years. Just imagine all of these people making dua for you. The angels making dua for you, because when a man makes dua for his brother behind his back, an angel is making dua and aiding his dua and saying, "Oh Allah, give him as well." There's an angel aiding that dua as well. So many du'as for you, just because you gave some sadaqah. And sadaqah doesn't have to be, huge amounts. Whatever you can give. And isn't it time that we kind of planned, right, on every day, I can give so much sadaqah. Whatever that amount be, consistently, every day, so I don't miss an opportunity. Our Salaf used to do this. They wouldn't let a day go past. They would hear these ahadith. They wouldn't let a day go past except they would give something in sadaqah. Even if it be something insignificant. And if we can't, from our wealth, then at least smile in the face of your brother, because that is also sadaqah. طيب. When it comes to the blessings of Ramadan, let's look at some of the blessings of Ramadan so that we can try to get this topic in our heads complete, come up with some kind of summary to it as well, and remember these points. The first thing is, so many blessings go past us during the year and we're not thankful, we don't appreciate them. We have food 24/7. We have luxuries all around us in this man-made world of ours. We got all these buildings everywhere, machinery. It's like we live in the most luxury possible. When we take ourselves away from these things, just this weekend, I was away and we were in a camp, living in the forest, in tents, not the luxuries that we have at home. No microwaves, the food was cold, living conditions were not very nice, the bathrooms were, let's not talk about the bathrooms. And then when you come back, you enter your house, you think, palace. And it's not really special. It's where you've been living it. You didn't appreciate it. When you take things away, it makes you appreciate. Makes you appreciative for the blessings Allah has given you. Allah takes away your food, makes it haram. It was halal, Allah makes it haram in Ramadan. When you come to the iftar, that same food that you used to eat and just, couldn't you make something better? You would have said this before. When it comes to Ramadan, your lips and your mouth is watering just to taste that food. Benefiting from these blessings because Allah showed you. You take away something, you appreciate it much more. This is minor. When it comes to Ramadan, we appreciate. We try to get close to Allah. We attend the masajid more. When it comes to Ramadan, you ask anyone, what time is Fajr? They know. They have to close the fast at that time. They have to stop eating. They know it by the minute. When it comes to Maghrib, they know exactly the minute Maghrib is going to come. Any other time in the year, what time is Maghrib? You have to search the internet. You have to pull up all the calendars. Don't know. When it comes to Ramadan, everyone's memorized it. Everyone's there. We make an extra effort to get to the masjid to pray. The blessing of Ramadan.